Hello everyone and welcome. Today I am excited to introduce you to my friend, Heather Samu. Heather is a mortgage advisor with Mortgage Link, and Heather is a cut above the rest, and I know this because her testimonials are amazing and she loves what she does. But today Heather isn't going to talk about her experiences as a mortgage advisor. She is going to speak with us today about a topic that is dear to her heart, which is life education. And you may be more familiar with life education if I say to you the character that represents the brand is Harold the Giraffe. So Heather, before we get started, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about your business, and then we can chat about life education.
Love to. Thank you, Kayleen. Okay, Heather Samu. I'm part of Heather Samu Mortgage Link, so under the umbrella of Mortgage Link, and I'm a mortgage advisor working in Millwater, Orewa, Silverdale, or really wherever my clients are. So don't think I'm limited to those areas. It's actually, I can be anywhere in New Zealand. I'm currently working with someone from Kaitaia at the moment. And then the other day I had a conversation with someone down in Dunedin. So it doesn't matter where my clients are. So to me, I think that's part of it. Now, I started in the financial industry quite a few years ago. I started off banking, and I did 30 plus years in the National Bank, and then which then became ANZ, so which is great for me. So anything about banking, I've seen it, I've been there, I've done that. But also I've decided 8 years ago to come out of the banking industry and became a mortgage advisor. So I've been 8 years of an advisor and love every minute of it. I just love it because it's about people, which is me, which is what I like doing.
Yeah, I hear that you're one of the best people I know.
Well, thank you. That's a very nice thing to say. I'm pleased this is recording.
Spread the word. So Heather, you probably know that I'm a strong advocate of supporting our communities, and in fact Ripple Recruitment has a fund called Kindness. So a percentage of every billable service that we have goes into Kindness bank account, and at the end of our financial year we look at the nominations from anybody who's chosen to nominate a charity that they want us to support, and then we decide on who will be dispersed funds. So it might be one charity or more. So giving back to the community is dear to my heart as well. So tell me about life education and what it does in the community.
Yeah, thank you. I'd love to. Life Ed actually came to New Zealand from Australia. A lot of people don't know that. Our founder of Life Ed here in New Zealand was asked to go to Australia and have a look at this concept. That was back in 1987. Now, he went there and he saw some things that he didn't really want to see, but what he saw was these young people that were involved with the training of Life Education Trust feeling all of a sudden empowered, loved, and felt they belonged somewhere. So it's actually an amazing story. Now, Trevor Grice is still alive. He's our founder here in New Zealand, and he brought it to New Zealand in 1988. As Auckland Central trustee, or trustee, that part of the trust that I'm involved in, we didn't get going until 2001. So it's coming up 19 years this year, the Auckland Central Trust. So it's amazing how long it's gone on. Started from nothing, and it's just grown and grown. We've got 2 classrooms, 2 mobile classrooms that go around the school. I mean, Life Education Trust actually sees 250,000 children a year. And something that probably a lot of people don't know is we don't accept funding from the government. It's all through charities, through clients, or through people that wish to donate to a charitable fund. And for us, it gives us we're not dictated about anything. We actually are totally for the community, which is what it's all about.
Right. Okay. Fantastic. Thank you. And I didn't know it had come from Australia, but
No.
yeah. So that's great. So how did you've told us a little bit about my next question, which is how did life education get started? But what is Harold's story?
Oh yeah. So what happened was they were looking for a mascot, And they thought this little child was looking at his shoes all the time, as children do. He thought, how can I empower those children to look up to the sky? And thought the mascot could be Harold because of his long neck and how he looks up. And that's basically how it came about. And a lot of people don't know of Life Education, but they know of Harold, the story Harold. So it's really an amazing story.
Wow, that actually just gave me goosebumps. You won't be able to see them, but it literally gave me goosebumps when you said it helps children look up to the sky. I think that's cool.
It is cool. It's really cool. Yeah. I mean, I guess for me, I've been a trustee for 8 years, and my husband Barry has also been a trustee, less than that, but not much less. He said, "There's no such thing as a free lunch, Heather. I've probably had a few. I want to do what you're doing and support the community as you are." So we're both in there together, which is wonderful.
Oh, that's awesome and very heartwarming, Heather. Thank you.
It's lovely.
Okay, so we'll move on to my next question. Do you have a great story about how Life Ed has impacted a child or school or community?
Yeah, I was thinking about that, and I probably don't have an exact example, but I will tell you a couple of things that resonate with me. One is when you look at the ceiling, so you say you look to the sky. Well, when the children come through the classroom, up the stairs, and they look up, there's stars in the roof of the classroom, which is just a long classroom. They come in there with their little eyes just in awe of the whole room. You can see it as they walk in. And I think that's part of the magic and the mystique of the classroom. The teacher or educator, as we call them, is waiting there. They're looking for Harold the whole time. Yes. And they really do. And it is amazing. They sit when they're told. I just think it's wonderful. So there's that side of it. But the other side is in our own trust, we've got 14 trustees. Do you know that probably of the 14, we've got 4 that tell the story of going to school with Harold. They also had Harold as the young ones. And so for them, they now want to give back to the community because they got such good value out of what they felt was Harold, believing in themselves. They are unique, they are special, and now they want to carry on with that story. So there's, to me, that's wonderful. Another time when I asked one of the trustees what else he thought was something I could talk about, he said, "I'll tell you a story. One little boy came in with the whole classroom and he was disruptive." Not unusual. He was really disruptive. He was moving around and jostling everybody, which he shouldn't have been doing. And the teacher just kept talking to him, being calm with him, telling everyone how special and unique they were. And do you know what? Before you knew it, he had settled and he was listening and taking it in. He's probably never, ever had been that involved in a classroom before. At the end of the class, he went up to the teacher and he hugged her. So he felt that value of being loved and special and unique. So to me, if anyone ever wants to go to the classroom at any stage, I would love to take them. So it's a wonderful thing.
Oh, wow, Heather. So I'll be putting your contact details at the end of this video, and what a generous offer that is. And you allowed me, you allowed me the privilege earlier this year, like last year, I can't remember now.
It was last year, yeah.
Of visiting one of the classrooms in action, and I was amazed how equalising, if that's the correct term, it was. All of the children seemed to feel equal with each other. There was no hierarchy in there. And also what I witnessed was children perhaps working with others that they wouldn't normally work with in a typical classroom environment. It was really cohesive, and physically you're in this space which is small but actually really big and all-encompassing. So it's like going into a whole world. And it's not only the children waiting for Harold, I was waiting for Harold. So,
we do, don't we? We sit there going, "He's coming. Where is he? Where's Harold?"
Yeah. And it was quite. I didn't. kind of almost brought me to tears just seeing the positive effect that those children were obviously experiencing during that time. So, yeah, a valuable experience for them.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. When I see them come in and they just are in awe of the whole thing, and you're right, I actually never thought of it, but they all sort of work together because there is nobody that's head of the class or the bottom of the class. They're just coming in, learning together. And they don't realise they're learning, but they're soaking up the information.
Yes, absolutely. And the educative took on board everybody's comments when they had a comment, and every comment had the same value.
Yeah.
So that was important as well.
I think also the educators are truly amazing. They actually lead that classroom. They're very, I'd almost say flamboyant, but they get everybody involved. We're lucky to have them. I just think that the educators are gold. You couldn't ask for better.
Fantastic. Okay, moving along. Okay, so I'm sure our chat is prompting some of our viewers to support life education. So how can somebody contribute to this valuable community-based charity?
Charity, yes, definitely. Charitable trust. Lots of ways, really, but something, if anyone wants to, they can look at www.herald.co.nz, and there's the website's fantastic. And in there we have different options how you can donate or whatever you want to do. So you can do one-offs, or you can do recurring direct debit to Herald funds. We've got a kids club. We call it Help Herald's Kids Club, which means that you become part of that as a member, and you realise see what's going on, and it's great. So for me personally, I do that, of course. And so does Barry. He's got his money and I've got mine, and we both donate $10 each month. And $10 is nothing. It's like a cup of coffee, because you can still get it back on your tax. So it's not a big deal. And $10 doesn't seem you don't miss it so much. You know, it's easy. And so we do that on a recurring donation. Also, we're starting to we do things like payroll giving. So there might be a big firm or company, and we can go in there and talk to the staff, and they might want to slice a little bit out of their payroll and donate it to Herald or to Life Education Trust. Also, the other thing that we are seeing is more people wanting to bequest money with a legacy. So they want to donate, which is really, really kind. It's a fabulous thing. So they're leaving a legacy behind. So I think that's great too. Yeah, so there's lots of different ways of doing it, and it doesn't have to be anything much at all. Any little bit helps a child.
Yeah, absolutely. That's great. And also, I know that you personally, and perhaps Barry, I don't know, you go out into the community on organised fundraising expeditions.
Yes, right. We do, because for us, there's no set money. So we have to get the classrooms moving, keep them on the road. We've got 2 classrooms. We have to keep them mobile so that then the teachers are teaching, and we try to keep the classrooms full, like as in they go to a school and they'll work with a classroom, and then in 2 weeks after that they might go to a different school and work with all that school's different classrooms. So they're moving around a lot. So it costs a bit of money, but the only way we get that money is by fundraising, asking people to donate, and making sure people understand why we do this. We're not doing it for anything other than the children of New Zealand.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So it's community. To me, it's community driven by the community giving.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's fantastic, really.
Yeah, that's great. Well, Heather, it's been really great to learn more about Herald and life education. And as I said, I'll put at the end of this video the links that you have talked about, and
Yes.
I really believe that we would have inspired some of our audience to get involved in a very practical way, and perhaps some of them might even have stories that they might want to send you about their experiences with Life Ed. I think it's always great to hear success stories, and
It is.
yeah.
Yeah, that'll be fabulous. I mean, to me, the more we learn and the more we hear, the more we can share. So people have so many stories to tell that it would be great to have more.
Yes, absolutely. And I hope that the audience members who are really interested in having a visit with you will take you up on that opportunity, because I know that it's a very genuine offer, and it's a very generous one. I hope you don't get too bombarded.
It's all right. Just know what we're in COVID.
Oh yes, this is true. So
Yeah, no, that'd
Heather,
be lovely.
so Heather, we'll close now, but do you have any final words for our audience?
No, I mean, to me, I think just for the audience is to know that we're doing it for the children, and just to empower the children to make good, healthy choices in life, that they are unique and they're so special, and we just want children to keep remembering that. So that's all our curriculum is about, all those things. It's about their mind, it's about their body, it's about life in general. So the more we can spread the word and get people on board, the better off New Zealand children are. And it's a proven fact that it really is working for them.
And what greater cause can you have? Children are so precious, and sometimes they're undervalued, unfortunately. But this is the way that we can do something practical and really support our young people. So that's great, Heather. Thank you for the chat. Oh,
No,
my
thank you.
pleasure.
Thank you. It's lovely to see you. Thank you very much, Caitlin.
You're welcome. And audience, we didn't ring each other this morning and go, I'm wearing red, do you want to wear red as well? That was quite by accident, but it works quite well.
I just think it's our colouring, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's our colouring.
Red hair, red top.
That's right.
So everybody, thank you for watching. I'm sure you've enjoyed this little insight into life education and Harold, and learned a little bit about Heather. She's a very special person. So bye for now. Stay safe.
Bye, everybody. Thank you. I'd like, just before we go,
Oh, yes.
Harold wants to say goodbye. He probably wanted to say hello first, but he also wants to say goodbye. Bye, everybody.
Bye, Harold. He's a very good-looking fella.
Not bad, is he?
No, not bad at all. Thanks, Heather. We'll talk again soon.
Awesome. Bye-bye.
Bye.